Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another session of Hunter the Reckoning, The Wild Hunt. As always, I'm your host and GM, Working Class Werewolf, and tonight I'm joined by my wonderful friends and players. We have Nyx.
Hello, everybody.
We have Frey.
Oh,
We have Himbo. And hopefully we will have Strider and Shay with us later tonight. They're just running a little late right now.
It's code word for they've been turned into chickens like in The Witches.
Sure. In the meantime, how are we all doing?
I have ice cream.
Ice cream
life is
good.
better with ice cream.
Life is better with ice cream.
Doing pretty good. Excited for the session.
Hell yeah.
Decided to suck a mafia and a Yakuza's dick.
Buy me dinner first.
I think he is.
What? I don't agree to those two things, just for the record.
Oh, you don't have to do it.
Okay, good. Thank you for taking two for the team.
You're welcome. Barbie's here to look pretty and suck dick.
I was kidding
I
when I
am-
said that.
I am super
This is a
spicy.
hard open for the first 3 minutes of the session. This is a pretty
Wow,
hard
good everybody.
I apologize. I am not spicy, but I'm
Zesty.
okay. Zesty. I think zesty is a good way of saying it. I'm not spicy. I'm nowhere near salty or bitter.
I mean, I'm not complaining.
Yeah, but like, I was trying to think the other players. I'm like, I'm not. There's no way I'm sour or salty or bitter. Zesty's a good one.
Feeling umami.
No.
Oh, you took it from me. You suck.
Oh, I was also going to say tangy, but
The first
zesty I
time-
think works better.
The first time I heard somebody tell me that one of the tastes was called umami, I was like, get the fuck out of here. There's nothing called umami. Like, what are you talking about?
Umami is a flavor.
And you know what the next flavor is? Daddy. No, it's not. Get out of here.
You know, I never made that connection before. Thank you.
Yeah, no, as soon as I heard, I was like, this is Ashton Kutcher. Are you punking me? What's going on?
Umami.
Daddy.
And that's why
Hey, there he is.
What did I walk in on?
You
The
walked
start of the
into
show.
good
Welcome.
Fascination of you. It was perfect.
Wait, okay. I basically continue the tradition of we cannot have a normal opening ever. And I mentioned that the reasoning was, I'm not spicy, I'm not sour or bitter. And Frey said, oh, so you're umami. And then we came on the conversation of, how many of you thought that umami was not a flavor? Because who would ever name a flavor umami?
Ooh, mommy.
Ooh, mommy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And that's what you came in
when
on.
I say, the first time I heard that, I thought someone was fucking with me. It's not crazy.
It's a different language. It's fine.
I just all of a sudden hear, like, I'm coming and all of a sudden, ooh, daddy. And I'm like, well, hello to you guys, too.
Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry. Mommy,
Yeah,
sorry.
the alternative to umami is daddy. They're both flavor profiles. They're pretty good.
Mhm. Okay, I'm going to assume that daddy is actually what my soup is right now, so.
I was about to say, what exactly is that? What exactly is that flavor profile of ooh daddy?
I need to update my flavor profile on my dating websites.
Love it. Poor Shay.
I'm here. My laptop is crashing and burning as we speak.
Ain't that a mood?
Whoa.
Can I please have access to Shay's character sheet just in case he's...
You may. I will get right on that.
Dude,
You missed that we are making real quick, like cold salad chicken wraps to take on the road to have a little snacky snack on the way, so that we can gain some superficial health and willpower back.
yeah.
That-
Like we don't have to cook anything, you know. Barbie can throw out some tortillas, put some chicken, some lettuce, some cheese, some mayo.
Just make some, yeah, just make some quick sandwiches, some quick wraps, and we're good to go.
I was just
Yeah.
Get yourself a little juicy juice.
She's gonna open the fridge and be like, "How much of this is just chicken? What's going on?"
I was just imagining her maybe making some like ants on a log or something.
Ooh, oh yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I'm
Again,
really
resources three. I have a kitchen that is ready to go.
What'd you say, Shal?
Before we get too deep into this, do you guys want me to post the pictures of the animals?
Of course we do.
Yes.
Why would we ever
What do you-
say no to animal pictures?
What are you talking about?
It was gay zoo.
Yeah, I went to-
No, not that. Like, do you
Oh.
want to see the pictures of the animals? Get out of here. Yes, we do.
Yeah, there's not a lot of them, but there's a lot of good pictures at least. So
Do it.
Gay zoo. Gay zoo. Gay
Yeah,
zoo.
go to the,
Gay zoo.
Go to the Rebuilder Core channel. Put them in the wild area. Let everybody see them.
oh well, in that I'm going to do that.
Zoo.
Gay day at the zoo.
Listen, there
Yeah,
wasn't anything gay about the festival that we went. It was just the zoo, but gay.
Yeah, but it was nice.
Oh, so are you telling me that this time you didn't have peahens that were just swarming you and wanting to, you know?
Yeah, no, unfortunately for me, the peahens were nowhere to be seen.
You're safe for now.
Here,
We did see a bear.
Beer.
and we got to see a sassy tiger.
Yeah, I did put some pictures, by the way, guys, of the sassy tiger. She was playing in the water.
We like Sassy
Yeah.
Tiger.
Where is it?
Oh, it's still loading.
Oh,
Mhm.
I was about to
Okay,
say,
sorry
I was-
for the interruption.
no, it's totally fine. Honey, there ain't nothing you're interrupting that. It's okay. You can interrupt us. By the way, on your character sheets, you can heal willpower up to either your resolve or your composure, whichever one is higher, and you can heal up to your stamina in any superficial health damage, +1 because Barbie's making snackies.
I don't think I lost any willpower, did I?
Lucky you.
Shut the fuck up. I don't know.
What are they? The top one in the box. They're so cute.
Oh, aren't they like mongooses or something like
I
that?
think
They're monkeys.
They're mongooses. Oh, but I did post all the pictures in the wild area.
I've seen ferret-like creatures before inside of a cardboard box. That checks out. That's definitely mongoose.
Yay.
Okay.
it was so
Yay.
cute today.
Yeah, and the sand cats. Like, I couldn't get a good picture of the sand cats because no matter where you went, there's something blocking it.
Oh, I still have pictures of the sandcats when we went to the zoo with Grandma.
Oh, well, that's good because I couldn't get a picture of them this time. They were sleepy.
I got you later.
Okay. So what I'm actually going to do
Okay.
is I'm gonna upgrade Arya's resources to 4 or 5, and then I'm gonna have a pet tiger like Mike Tyson.
Oh my god.
This is the one
my
that
God.
we decided to be silent on, like, what the fuck? And I feel like that didn't deserve to be. Like, that's not as strange.
No.
No, that's exactly the silence that happens if somebody breaks into the house and suddenly a tiger just walks down the corridor. They're just like, oh,
It's like,
Oh.
is that? What's
So-
that?
is that a large dog that somebody has painted?
oh,
No,
okay,
it's not. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Alright,
So we
I
are
think we've
making
been sufficiently
some
distracted.
food. We are getting inside the vehicle, and we should be starting to be ready to head out. I think.
Well, first we should probably recap what the hell's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for amateurs. Let's go.
Oh,
We just go in blind.
Give me just a second and I'll get on with a recap. Sorry for the
Nay.
late start, by the way. Things have been busy today. Anyway.
Honey, just blame me. I totally will take the fall.
Tell them that we went to a gay pride
Yeah,
festival.
it's Strider's. It's Strider's fault. It's always Strider.
Yay!
It's the problem.
They had to be
What
gay.
We did-
Skunk on a leash!
Right?
Yes.
It was so cute. We waited
Aw.
15 minutes for that bad bit.
And it shows Shiloh.
It did.
It went immediately.
Like some of those close-ups are literally how close it was to me. I could not pet it, but everything in my power wanted to because it got really close to me.
Oh, baby!
Also, Medic Himbo, thank you for the subs. Alright. On to the recap.
Woo!
Oh.
When we last left our hunters, they had just had their meeting interrupted by the strange and unsettling figure known as Gregory. Well, while everyone else at the meeting seemed charmed by his sudden and confident demeanor, Barbie and Keller were all but horrified at his presence and power, one that Barbie recognized all too well. And Barbie did her best to try and get her friends and the rest of the meeting to recognize their power, but with very limited success. Fortunately, she managed to convince Malachi that something was amiss. And eventually Malachi was able to escalate to get Gregory to show his hand a little bit, and Gregory silenced him, which in a way caused his bodyguard Agatha to also start to catch on. And eventually the group shuffled outside and regrouped to basically share their thoughts, with Barbie telling them that she strongly believed that Gregory was in fact a vampire. Before they could get much further into that discussion, however, they were joined by Miri and Gregory outside as well, who was also starting to get a bit suspicious and weary of the group's hostility towards him. So, Gregory saw himself away. Afterwards, the meeting concluded, and as folks were leaving, Dr. Martinez hinted that she may have some information she would like to look into based on a hunch on what Gregory said regarding the families and the missing children. But before they could think too much about that, the group went home, but before they could get some rest, the house and the RV were attacked by Officer Marino and the Yakuza, the local Yakuza leader's bodyguard, respectively, and a vicious fight broke out. Fortunately, the hunters were able to prove their mettle and subdue their assailants, with Yumi submitting more quietly, whilst Marino was violent and non-compliant the whole way through, and all but confirmed that this was basically a hit put on them, supposedly by their superiors, at which point the group decided that Marino was better off toast. So they set him on fire. And then Yumi basically said, hey, call my boss, we're gonna want to get this settled. And so they did so, and Mr. Tanaka has invited the group to come to his estate to try and clear this matter up, because this is starting to get messy, and he absolutely did not order the hit, and is beginning to think something is amiss. Thus, we resume our story.
No big deal. Just set a cop on fire.
I mean, why be so
ACAB,
flexible?
no. ACAB, all cops are burning.
Gosh.
Oh my god. So this trash can is really good cold.
I'm so happy. And it's called Trash Panda.
Wow.
No, I'm the trash panda. This is the trash can. Did you expect better?
No.
Did you expect anything different?
So we will open back up to where we last left our heroes in the singed and damaged crime scene of Arya's house. The alarms for the local security system still blaring. And a car pulling up outside the house.
Arby is just right off making sandwiches just because, like, we're going somewhere. And that was Barbie's almost dead. She took a lot of damage, so she needs a snack break.
Understandable.
I'll go with Barbie.
Barbie, honestly, like, she does not look fine. Like, she looks like shit, and if you didn't know Barbie as well as you did, you would think that she was fine. You'd probably catch on because you've known her long enough to notice that she's not fine.
Yeah, that's why he's
And
gonna
she's
go and check on her.
Yeah, she's honest. Yeah.
I mean, I can't personally heal you, but I can at least, like, make sure that you're good.
And Arya is at least going to really quickly head down a hallway to try to find a room where he can put some more respectable clothes on.
Did you fight butt-ass naked?
Yes. We
No,
made
he
a whole
didn't
point
fight.
of that.
He just showed up.
Well, also, yes.
That's right.
He came up from the basement, just balls to the walls.
And his hammer.
It's not about participating in combat, it's about making a statement.
That's true. Scots know about that.
Look,
And-
if I didn't go to that combat, I may not have got the experience for the session. So you just got to do what you got to do.
There you go.
Meanwhile, Duchess
Find the
is just
silver
going to be over in
lining
the
everywhere,
corner.
right?
Meanwhile, Duchess is just going to be over in the corner licking the floor
Yep,
or something.
Keller's with Duchess. Keller
Actually,
is also licking the floor? Question? No.
oh,
Keller?
He's not that kind of crazy.
goddamn. Actually, would Duchess be with Keller or with Barbie in this instance? Because
We are not out and about. Duchess may go where they like.
yes,
All right, I'll say the Duchess is with Barbie then. You know what? Duchess is absolutely with Barbie because Barbie's going into the kitchen and food is involved now.
Barbie
Barbie-
is hurt.
also Barbie
Beckett,
looks like shit.
I'm gonna message you something real quick.
Okay.
It's nothing bad. It's a refresher.
Right. So, Arya, you will eventually return garbed in something more presentable. What are you wearing?
What's the month in game? Is it in the summer, I believe?
Yeah, it is July.
Yes.
Okay, then Arya's going to be wearing a short sleeve T-shirt, a pair of rather flexible elastic dress slacks, a pair of leather shoes and a belt, and just a kind of light overcoat that he could take on or take off just in case it rains, kind of to have a hood over his head.
Noted.
It is harder to conceal his cane and the brick in this outfit, but, we'll just deal with that when it comes to it.
We'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
So
Keller
as you
nods to
return-
Arya as he comes back.
And as you return down, Yumi will be staggering back up to her feet as she says, "Looking good, Councilman. So, I gotta ask though, what are you gonna tell the neighbors? We didn't exactly make this a quiet affair. And I imagine there's already people making their way out, if not calling some others right now."
It's fairly plain. We were attacked inside of this house when there was no person in here causing conflict. The conflict came from the person invading the home. We have multiple witnesses that can all attest to that.
Oh, that's gonna do wonders for my business.
What would you suggest?
That you tell them that I was not acting willingly and that Marino had me at gunpoint. Or something.
Ari's going to look over real quickly. Does Marino have a gun?
Not anymore.
Not anymore, but yeah, no, he definitely had, like, his gun belt on and, like, holstered and whatnot.
And was the holster deployed, or did he not get the gun out?
The gun was removed by the time he was brought into this house, but,
Okay, so at least we can try to say that he had drawn the firearm. So we at least...
Yeah, he had his gun out when he attacked them in the RV, and she disarmed the gun.
Okay.
Yeah,
so yeah, we can definitely go with that angle.
Say, I can definitely confirm that he was brandishing a weapon.
That's good. We need to make sure to confirm that because as far as forensics go, and I'm not a forensics expert by any means, but they would be able to tell if he had just had his gun in a holster that had not come out versus if it had come out and been used or had been held. So that's good.
We also have video footage of him attempting to shoot. We also have video footage of him attempting to shoot and kill us unwarranted at our doorstep.
Oh, I have security cameras all around the house, absolutely.
Did the security cameras capture what happened to him?
Oh, they're recording 24/7 as far as things go. So
there's video evidence of us setting him on fire.
No, they only record the important things.
Okay. Damn, Aria. I guess I should have anticipated you being a little more shrewd for you getting on the council. You just seem so kind. I never thought you'd be so underhanded.
As much as I hate to have dealt with this experience, kind does not get you very far when it comes to politics.
Is that what you teach your students? She says, flashing a sinister grin.
I never taught politics. I was a counselor, then a principal. Never was really my field.
Noted. Probably for the best. Anyway, if you guys are done getting dressed and getting snacks, we've got a ride waiting for us and only so much time before the cops show up proper. And we're not going to be around here when that happens.
Aria nods. He opens up his wallet, flips through to the second page, pulls out the business card for his lawyer, and he heads towards the front of the house to put a piece of tape with his lawyer's business card on the front of the door.
All right.
So call my lawyer.
Literally. Just like, if you're here for a reason, here's the number to call. Not mine. Here's my lawyer. Have fun. I have enough resources that this guy's going to be a jackass. Like, you know he's going to make it really difficult.
Yes, ma'am. You're not going to lick. No.
That would be a fun character to play, is somebody who's just like Academics 5 specialized lawyer. And what your character does is, you have to deal with a vampire, and your character just starts to bring apart their business empire with like lawsuits and liens and just being a real jackwagon. That could be fun. What's your power? Legislation, motherfucker.
Legislation.
Alright, there we go. Now we should have music in the background on stream.
Nice.
My mouth is so spicy.
And what about Marino's body? You know what? Never mind. We'll let the boys handle that.
The boys? How many?
Enough.
Professional crew, cleanup?
Of course.
It's kind of just like those action movies I've watched. Weird that it's happening here.
This is out of character, but do you think they can clean my RV? Goddamn.
Oh yeah.
Nah, you're just gonna be driving around with that motherfucker looking like a jar of sauce exploded in the microwave.
You know what? That's fair.
There will then be a knock at the door. This one's strong and somewhat loud.
Ari's gonna go look through the peephole. I ain't opening the door yet.
All right. As you look through the peephole, you will see a tall, bald, rugged-looking Asian man dressed in a black leather coat, waiting patiently at the door with his hands in his pockets.
Well, this is not the usual guest that Arya would receive, let's say. So he's going to look back to the rest of the group and just kind of give a nod of, you ready? It's time to go.
Killer nods.
Malachi is going to give Barbie like a squeeze on her arm, because he did actually talk to her and try to comfort her, and then kind of gives Agatha a look of like, we will talk.
Agatha nods. I was actually going to jump over to Barbie and Malachi in the kitchen so that they could have their little chat before we head out.
It's kind of an open floor concept plan on the first floor of the house, so just like whisper just a little bit, otherwise everybody's going to hear you.
That's totally fine.
The first floor, it's modern. I like that open concept idea. Okay, come on.
So, Barbie, as this is going on, you make your way into the kitchen to start snacking and recovering, and you are quickly joined by Duchess. And after that, Malachi shortly as well.
Barbie is not focused on the conversations that they are having in the living room because she's hurt very badly, so she is, and honestly that whole event kind of shook her. So, because she's never been like that injured or that hurt before. Like, this is a first for her. So she is purposefully trying to do something to try and calm herself down, to try and make herself okay. And the best thing that she can think to do is, hey, everybody's going somewhere. I usually make some things, so I think I have some time for a quick snack, to make everyone a quick snack, right? Right? Okay, yeah, I'm doing that. So she is hyper-focused on making snacks for everybody. She's portioning out, like, she's getting everybody the Tupperware. Like, she's not even asking Arya. She's just kind of looking through everything just to see where everything is, and she's getting the Tupperware. She's getting everything. She's making sure everyone has their portions. Just
Arya's kitchen is organized very well, and there's lots of leftovers in the fridge, so it's a pretty easy experience for Barbie. So it's kind of, it may be slightly zen, hopefully.
Do you have like a window in the kitchen or like the side door to outside?
Oh, he has a window between like the cabinets over the sink in the kitchen looking outside. He's got the dining area with
Okay.
some screen doors going out. This is a very nice house.
So Malachi is going to go to Barbie and gently place a hand on like her arm, like kind of just like I'm here type of thing, so he doesn't startle her. And he leans.
She does get a little bit startled at first, but once she sees that it's you, she does calm down, but then returns to the hyper focus.
He will like offer her like he's opening his cigarette pack, and he like offers it if she wants to take it or if she doesn't.
She has that smile on her face that is clearly hiding a lot of pain and fear, but is trying to soldier on through and keep positive for everyone. But she will shake her head.
The kitchen is very nice. It has a carved-in marble sink with 3 separate bays. One for cleaning, one for sterilizing, one for like fully dumping out the actual food waste. There's a central island. This is a very nice place, at least hopefully, to make Barbie a little bit more comfortable. I feel bad for her, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought the 3 separate bays were Barbie, Malachi, and Duchess.
Malachi will take his out, and he won't light it, but he'll put it in his mouth because it's more the initial fact of holding it. And then he's going to look at Barbie and say, "Nope, I'm not okay either, but you actually show. You got hurt. Do you need somebody to look at you?"
You know what? I need to make sure everybody has something to eat, and then I'll be okay. This is nothing that a couple of bandages won't be able to take care of. Maybe an ice pack or two. And
as she's like doing this like rambling, he's going to do something that he normally doesn't always do, but it's not completely out of character. He is going to gently grab Barbie, and he's just going to hold her and like gently rub her back. "Hey, you're going to be okay. This was fucked, but we made it."
she starts breathing slowly. Like, I'm pretty sure Duchess already knows how distressed she is.
Mm-hmm.
She's still trying to do the snacks, but now it's much slower, and she is concentrating her breathing. She's trying to slow her breathing down and actually try to relax instead of just hyper-focusing.
Mm-hmm. Malachi then just basically acts as... Sorry, I thought I had to burp for a minute. Basically acts as, like, second guard dog. And he just talks to her and then looks at her and says, "I know you like tea. Would me saying something..." Yep. Would me saying something
Sorry about that. Got some
help you
background noise
relax
going
your
on here.
hyper-focus? By tea, I mean gossip.
At this, Barbie's smile is starting to seem a little bit more genuine. Okay. What kind of tea do you have?
Well, I don't know if I should tell you. After all, it's not 100% yet. And he's just going to give like a little devilish smirk.
But those are the best kind.
I kissed her.
Barbie, like, She clearly wants to gasp, but she knows that, things are happening and she doesn't want to make too much of a scene.
Yeah.
But she definitely had, if a face could gasp.
Shocked Pikachu face.
Oh, no, more like excited SpongeBob face.
Mm-hmm. We haven't had a chance to talk yet because when we did, all this went down. So we'll probably talk on the way to our next destination.
My God, about time?
What do you mean about time?
What do you mean what I mean? Honey, it was so obvious.
Our relationship is strictly professional.
Uh-huh.
The entire time, he has that, very, suave smile. He's joking with her.
Yeah.
Because he knows this is stuff that actually will, help calm her down.
Uh-huh. Yeah, maybe the oldest profession.
What are you talking about?
Barbie is gonna mirror the glance that he gave her.
Such a scandal.
I know, isn't it juicy?
I dare say. Anything with you? Any new gossip? Is Duchess up to anything?
I don't know, Duchess, do you got any tea? Oh, so cool, girl. Barbie takes some spare chicken and give it to her. She's been such a good girl. She's actually going to get down to Duchess's level. She's gonna pet her face and rub her rub the sides of her like you do with big dogs. It's just such a cool girl. And then
Duchess will happily take the chicken and go rock, jump, 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 and then she will kiss Barbie.
And then she's going to go in and hug, just give Duchess a huge hug.
Duchess will happily reciprocate said hug. And then at that moment, you will hear the knock on the door.
Malachi will gently pat Barbie's shoulder and go forward so that way he can see better anybody who's talking who it is.
All right.
She takes a bit of a moment before she breaks the hug with Duchess and tells her, "You are the best girl."
As Arya answers the door, you all will see this man standing in the
Hello?
doorway.
Hello?
Oh,
Hello?
I want to be part of the leather gang.
Asian Patrick Stewart?
Arya is going to, before letting him in the house, just look him into the eyes and kind of size him up, like what height he is, kind of how muscular he is. I know that his suit is currently dealing with a structural integrity failure because he's so muscular. It happens to all of us. But this guy, he looks like he would be at least a semi or a final boss inside of a martial arts video game, right?
Yeah, He looks like if a bodybuilder doubled as a lawyer. Or at the very least,
dang,
a businessman.
I'm a bodybuilder that doubles as a school principal. Hell yeah! High five, brother. Now Arya's gonna look him up and down, give him a quick, just downward nod before he stands back from the door and offers him basically with an arm open to come into his home.
He is going to bow to you respectfully as he says, I have been sent by Mr. Tanaka to bring you to his estate and retrieve his bodyguard. I would ask that you all come with me at once.
Please, first, inside, quickly.
He
And Arya's
will,
going to try to close the door behind him as he comes inside, if possible.
he will heave a sigh and step inside briefly. Make this quick, please.
Of course. Is everybody ready to go? Anybody have any last-minute things they have to do or say right now before we go? This is important.
Barbie will come out of the kitchen with Tupperwares for everyone. It's like, I made some sandwiches. I know that was a lot, but I'm going to make something for everyone, and she will give one to every single one. Even, honestly, she will give one to Yumi. It's like, here, for the misunderstanding and everything. Like, I figured you'd be hungry too as well, so. And there was enough Tupperware and leftovers. Oh, Arya, I hope you don't mind.
I mean, they're going to be eaten anyway. This sounds perfect. Okay, so we have some food, we have some snacks. Does anybody have anything they need to say or do? Because this is important. We need to leave as soon as possible.
Like to the group or alone?
Then let's go.
No, in general. Also, are we taking your vehicle, sir, or are we taking multiple vehicles? What's going on here?
There will be enough transportation provided by Mr. Tanaka waiting outside for you and yours.
Understood. Thank you. Again, does anybody have any last-minute things that they need to cover before we go?
I can cover mine in the car, depending on.
We are going to take their
Who's coming with me.
transportation for safety. We're going to take their transportation.
Once again, I can cover mine in the car. Can you take that downstairs?
Anybody else?
I'll take my
Shrugs,
motorcycle.
We are getting transported, love.
Oh. Damn.
All right, then, everybody together, let's go. To let you know, I will be doing a call while I'm inside of the vehicle. This call is more important than what you need to have us come and do. So, do you want me to do this now before we leave, or may I do it inside of the vehicle?
You should make your call now. Where we are going,
Understood.
you will not get good reception.
Understood. Everybody else, go with this man here really quick. I just have to make a very quick phone call. I shouldn't be more than a couple minutes. And Arya's going to call his lawyer, so his lawyer has a heads up before anybody comes and looks at the card. And just give him kind of a real quick, like, hey, lawyer, here's some information about what actually happened. Just so when the police call you, you're not blindsided. He just wants to do that.
Mm-hmm.
If he's doing that quick call, Malachi will actually pull Agatha, towards his car, towards the guy's car, but, whisper talk to her in sign language. They're not going to have the whole discussion that they should, but they're at least going to have, the summarized base start of it.
For sure. Agatha
So I don't know if they wanted...
will join you
Sorry, go ahead.
as you guys start making your way outside, and I will change the scene to reflect that.
You can put Arya outside as well. I don't expect this, in character to have gone more than just, a couple minutes. He's really just trying to give his lawyer a heads up. That's it. He knows he has to go, so he's trying to make sure it's just covered.
Nope, that's why this is going to be a quick and dirty scene. He's just going to be signing it so quickly, and he's like, I gotta have this in the car if I have to, depending on who's in the car. Okay, he will pull her to the side by the man's car.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that you will be able to have this conversation as Arya is finishing up his conversation with his lawyer, and we're waiting for everyone else.
Okay, well, hello, Stink. Oh, yeah, cool. Now she gets a treat. Alcohol is not a treat.
Says you.
I let the dog smell alcohol. Doesn't mean she can drink it.
Hmm.
She is a baby.
Over a decade ago, I did actually have a dog when I was living with my parents, where one time when we were sitting outside inside of some kind of like pool thing, there was a alcoholic beverage, like a little vodka drink, and the dog just came up and just started just drinking it right in front of all of us. We're like, no, don't do that.
Wait. Can I have a cookie? And then I'll leave you alone.
Lay down right away.
I asked you before you sat down at least this time.
Yeah, no, this side wasn't for you.
Okay.
Either way, as far as things go, Arya is ready to join the rest of the group and continue. So whenever we are good to go, I'm good to go.
Cool, but as you are having that conversation with your lawyer outside Malachi, you grab Agatha, and she understands and willingly and hastily follows you over to the car. And as you two are alone, she will look you in the eyes and she will begin. So, I guess you wanted to discuss what happened.
I want this. And he's talking in sign language. He's not talking out loud.
Yes.
I want this. I do. But I want to make sure that you want this too. And right now, we both know this is the part of our job that we are not promised tomorrow.
Honestly, I don't know exactly when or how it happened, but at first, this was just the job. But the more I worked with you, the more I traveled with you, the more I cared for you, the more I grew to love it. And I guess grew to love you as well. At first, I guess, it's just sort of like an employer that I genuinely like working for, but then over time, things grew to be more than that, and with all this happening now, and let's be honest, with this being the most intense job we've ever undertaken together, I don't know if maybe it's just my feelings are elevated by the situation, or if this is just me realizing how I truly feel, but right now all I know is that I want this too.
I know that I'm not as strong as you or as fast as you, but I'm smart and I could talk my way almost out of any situation or talk my way into any situation depending on who I'm talking to. But I will do my best.
I know you will.
Well, let's try not to die.
Sure.
And with that, he will kiss her hand and he will get in the car.
She will join him. And your timing couldn't be better, as Arya and anyone else who would follow is now exiting the house, escorted by the rugged Asian man.
Asian dad. Muting myself real quick.
Every instance.
Alright. So as you all are piled into various vehicles, you will be driven through the neighborhood of Cherry Grove. And eventually arrive at a small, quiet, secluded area deep within the woods. As you come to a lush, green courtyard lined with blooming cherry blossom trees.
Uh-oh.
In front of a large and magnificent Japanese villa.
Uh-oh.
Arya is going to sigh loudly in the vehicle. Do you see how I'm dressed right now? This is not appropriate at all for who we're going to go see.
Keller kind of looks down at his like must trench coat and just like wrinkles and just like
Malachi looks down at his pajamas. Like, what you mean?
Who's the
Silk.
driver of the vehicle that's bringing us up here?
So what?
Arya's just going to try to lean. Arya's going to try to lean forward towards the driver and say, "Hey, in your glove box, can you get out the backup tie, just so I can look a little bit more professional?" I always keep a backup tie in my glove box. Do you not do that here?
He's gonna look at you like you just grew a second nose.
Keller reaches into a pocket and pulls out like the wrinkliest tie you have ever seen.
Pocket ties.
Oh my god. The entire car ride, Barbie has been applying her makeup. Because she technically still has 1 point of superficial health damage.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine she has something like a shiner or some kind of cut on her face.
Yep.
She is actually going to apply her makeup in a way that kind of accentuates that to show off, hey, this is the damage that was done by your assassin. So she's making herself presentable because Barbie always looks amazing. So she's doing her best to make herself as pretty and presentable as possible while also highlighting exactly what happened.
I'm in my pajamas. I still have yet to actually change.
Noted.
But at least they're nice pajamas.
Barbie, I want you to know that while you're doing your makeup, Stella is still in like bad, like shorts and a sports bra, and she's just looking at you like, how do you have time to do this?
Lots and lots of practice.
All right. As you are let out of the vehicles, you will be shown to the courtyard where in front of the villa you will see a serene and still Japanese-style garden looking over a koi pond. And leading up to the front door of the villa, you will see a night guard standing beside probably the second biggest dog you've ever seen besides Duchess.
How is Duchess reacting to her?
How does Duchess normally react around other dogs?
Considering
Is this
how...
a male or female dog? Because we could be about to breed the most powerful dogs on the entire planet. The strongest bear dogs on Earth.
Bow, 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 bow. 2 dogs. This week on Hunter.
These dogs are immune to anything that's 45 or below. They are bulletproof dogs.
Okay, so I'd like to think that Duchess is, she is very controlled, especially when she is out with Barbie, although right now masquerading as with Keller, because, but she doesn't do things without Barbie's command, or in this case, Keller's command. So she is trained not to react, but how does this dog react to her?
As soon as it gets a whiff of the scent of strangers, it is going to raise up and it's going to be like on alert, but its handler is going to be just sort of like holding it back and just watching a bit as he then just sort of like pulls out a radio, talks into it. You can't hear what he's saying from the distance you're at. As you get closer, you could try, but it'd be really difficult.
I'm willing to try. First roll of the night.
All right. That's going to be Wits Awareness, difficulty 4.
Scratch that, hold on. Okay, I was gonna say, no, that was wrong. I was doing
Oh, that's real good. That's
Well, I'll
that's
be.
4 successes.
All right, yeah, you are able to make out.
That's in fact, all of them.
You are
That
able
is
to.
all of them.
Yeah, you're able to make out the things. You're able to make out his lip movements. Unfortunately, unless you speak Japanese, you don't know what the words he's saying mean.
I don't think that is a language that I speak, honestly.
Does
I don't
Agatha?
imagine it would be.
I don't know why I thought Agatha speaks Japanese. Probably because she has a katana.
I could probably be saying it out loud. Like, I'm going to butcher it for sure, but I'm going to be saying, like, what I see.
So, best you can make out, he's saying something along the lines of, like, Kaisha o kitai shite imasu ka? And I am so sorry for anyone who may speak Japanese that may be watching this. Wild astronomical chance that is for my butchering of the pronunciation.
The rest of it. What? I'm not telling you to drink it.
In any case.
Oh, sorry, 1 second. I'm arguing with the wife.
It's alright. In any case. He will then get a response on his radio, seeming to affirm, and he will then sort of place a hand on the dog, stroking the back of its head, and it will sit down once more, compliantly, as he gives you and your group way to enter. You guys are expected.
Yeah. They give me enough time to change.
Arya
Yeah,
nods, and he's going to go in. He's going to go in first, in front of everybody. I have more strength than you, so I'm going to go in first. As Arya goes in first, he's going to explicitly make note and see if people have taken their shoes off at the entrance to this location.
Yes.
Okay. Arya is going to take his shoes off as well and put them to the side, and he is going to stand there and make sure that everybody who comes in does the same thing.
Barbie will also go up, leaving Duchess with Keller, kind of following Arya's example. She will give a slight bow to this guy and then also take her shoes off.
Malachi will join Barbie and Arya.
Stella will join.
Wow.
You also gonna bow?
I'll
Yes.
compliment for once. Crazy.
Okay.
And it's okay. I don't need to take off my shoes. I have none right now.
I have no shoes. I'm Poe.
Can I bring the dog?
Is this dog like outside of game? Is this dog like registered as some kind of like service animal or anything like that, where we could really like argue that?
For Duchess?
Yeah, like is Duchess a service animal? Because then yes, we could bring them wherever the fuck we want. And if somebody says no, we're just like, see you in court, bitch.
I am going to say that as Keller is asking and the guard is sort of like thinking, your primary escort is going to come up behind Keller and just give a nod, at which point the guard will give Keller a nod as well. Go right in.
Won't make no fuss.
Don't worry, this is a
Are you-
very dog-friendly place, as you can see, as he gestures to his guard dog companion.
Your dog is beautiful.
Oh, he's not my dog, he's Mr. Tanaka's, but thank you. Kuma does
The dog is beautiful.
we do a very good job of keeping him thoroughly groomed.
Keller will have like half a smile as he gently holds a hand out for Kuma to sniff. Not at all, like respectfully, not encroaching at all.
Kuma will sniff your hand and then sit down once more.
Keller smiles and pulls his hand back.
Duchess should be a good girl and be waiting by Keller's side. She should not. Hopefully, she should not act unless Keller gives a command.
Duchess is trained. She is being a very good girl right now.
Good girl.
Come, Duchess.
That said, she is kind of looking at Kuma, though.
Wow.
I know,
This
Duchess.
is important.
Isn't Kuma beautiful?
What?
Like how? Like as a threat or as a ooh, you're pretty.
With interest.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm just curious.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, my shoes. Here. As he's like taking off his boots.
And so you guys will make your way inside the house.
If we get pounced by the migrants, whatever,
In there, you will find an immaculately kept living room. Set out and polished neatly and arranged to perfection. And waiting for you on the opposite side of the table at the entrance stands the man you saw from before at the park, one Kaito Tanaka. As you enter, Yumi will also hobble over to his side as well.
like giant tiger, cool boss. Giant
He
tiger with a
looks
bird, but
calm, but almost in that sort of like threatening, holding back a storm sort of way.
I'm gonna size him up.
Yeah, unless we changed our positioning, Arya will walk in first. He will come towards the center of the table, look him in the eyes directly, Then he'll put his fist by his side and give a slight bow. He's not super educated in this kind of culture, but he at least has, if I can roll enough academics to know basic etiquette here.
Yeah, I will call that intelligence and either academics or...
Barbie will also give a respectful bow.
I'm gonna bow, but I'm also going to size him up.
Size him up how?
Like, in a way of like intimidation. Like he seems like the stern, like, you know, I don't know.
Like, are you
I
trying to,
just want
like...
to intimidate him.
You want to intimidate him? Okay. Alright, so, Arya... To know this, the proper etiquette here would be...
In a way of
Hey,
like, I'm not...
Well,
Okay.
I'd like to interfere and say, do not do this.
Well, not... it's hard to explain.
Can I try? Are you trying to gauge like how dangerous he is appearing versus how dangerous he actually is?
Yeah!
Okay.
Way better than trying to intimidate a Yakuza boss where we're all going to be put with concrete around our fucking feet and murdered.
Anyways.
Thank God. Okay, good.
Alright, so, Arya, to ascertain the proper etiquette here, that's going to be intelligence plus either academics or etiquette, difficulty 1.
Nice.
Given your tenure as the principal of the school and how sizable the Japanese population of Cherry Grove actually is, you are more than familiar with more than a few Japanese customs here. And so you are well acquainted with how to properly bow in this particular social scenario. And as you follow through on it, you will see that Kaito's actually impressed by your accuracy and respect.
After that, Arya is going to kneel and remain silent because he is a guest here. He's going to wait until he's spoken to and just hope that the rest of the group can maybe follow the lead.
And Stella, for your role, that is going to be a wits or intelligence plus insight. I will also allow intimidation.
Wait, can you say that for me one more time?
I'm going to say
How you
either
were breaking
wits. I'm going to say either wits, insight, or intelligence, intimidation. Difficulty will be also 1.
Okay, what is my insight? And you said it was wits and what else?
You can do wits, insight, or intelligence, intimidation.
I'm gonna do intelligence and intimidation.
All right.
Oh, I may have. Okay, give me 1 second. I
You're
clicked
good.
the wrong button.
It's all good.
Intimidation. And you said difficulty was
1.
1. Okay. And I got a 3.
All right, yeah. So, you've been around the block enough to know that despite his slender and sleek appearance, this man is a man who commands power, and he wants you to know it. Maybe not in a way that he is actively threatening you, but in a way that says, I don't have to actively threaten you to let you know that I am in control here, and you are on my territory, and you will show me respect, or you will regret it.
Okay. I'm gonna follow Arya's lead and bow respectfully.
Killer takes his hat off and awkwardly follows suit.
Strider went to do something, so I'm assuming
No worries.
Strider did the same thing.
In any case, he
Malachi's
will...
intelligent can read the room well enough that I would agree. I think Malachi would do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
In any case,
He's like, it was like front up.
he will return a bow to Arya, and then as he rises up, he will look over to your escort and say, "Thank you, Hiroshi. That will be all for now." Yes, sir. If you need anything, do not hesitate to call. But I hope it can wait until morning. And the man addressed as Hiroshi will exit. I trust your trip over here was without issue.
None whatsoever, sir. Thank you for inviting us to your home.
The accommodation provided was excellent. Thank you.
Yes, well. We can skip the formalities and the pleasantries, as it is very late. I am quite tired and irate. And you, lots, have come to me after beating up my bodyguard, who was there for reasons I cannot ascertain, outside of some foul play from the sound of things.
What should the hire or try to avoid it?
So, can any of you tell me what the fuck is going on?
They get in your head. They have. There was a man at the meeting, and he had an aura, a way. He speaks, and people listen. They get in it.
One of our Borderlands, yeah.
I speak and people listen,
Are-
but my people listen only to me.
That's it. Really. That's just to make sure we get all four barriers now.
Who is this man and what does he have to do with this?
Line of non-force.
It felt connected. There
Yes.
there are dark things in the world. I'm the town crazy. Am I the one really to be?
First off, so we don't get the things here confused, what are you asking us about directly, so that we can give you an honest answer?
Yeah. Oh, it's self-work.
I am asking you why it is you think that my bodyguard would act without orders on the words of some random stranger to seek you out and kill you in my name.
If I may, sir.
Better you than the rambling, paranoid brute.
You have mentioned that you carry a presence with you that makes your people listen. Yes?
Yes.
You understand what it's like to have a power like that. To have that presence, that, well, I suppose you could call it an aura. It is difficult to prove, but there was a man who came to the town hall that seemed to do something very similar. But very few people knew him. It was the strangest thing. And if he could do that to a group of strangers, well, I can't imagine what he would be able to do with your people. I don't believe it is through fault of their own, but it does warn you of the kind of power and influence this person might have.
Yumi? Yes, sir. When this man approached you and gave you these orders, did you not find it strange that you would be receiving them from a total stranger? I thought it was just some sort of anonymous tipper or something. Anonymous tipper? When have we ever been that esoteric? We don't need middlemen to carry out orders like this. You know this. Furthermore, why would I want these outsiders suddenly wiped out? I don't know, sir. I didn't want to question you. Your loyalty is commendable, but it seems your intelligence is lacking. That...
If I may speak in her defense, sir.
Make me a charisma persuasion roll, difficulty 3.
All right.
Is there any way to get, like, maybe a +1 bonus because we've shown good adherence to the etiquette of the situation so far?
You guys have put in the bare minimum. You are still very much strangers
Yay.
to him in his home.
Bare minimum's my middle name.
Oh, wait. Wait.
Welcome back, Strider.
F1. There we go. Okay. All right. I got it. I forgot what the code was at first. Wait, what am I doing? Why am I doing a code like that? I could do this. Wow, I'm okay. All right. You said charisma, yes?
Yep. Charisma, persuasion, difficulty 3.
All right, adding the beautiful merit to add +1 to the pool. You said difficulty 3?
I did.
How about 4?
All right. He turns around at first with a dagger-sharp glare, but seeing your gaze, his look will soften, and he will reluctantly gesture for you to speak.
As I said, your mere name inspires fear. I cannot blame her for wanting to remain loyal to you and doing things without question. In fact, I would hardly be able to falter from that. If anything, it shows how incredibly loyal she is to you and how devoted she is to serving you and your family. And I believe that's to be commended.
He is going
And as I
to
said-
step forward, looking you in the eye as he holds up a hand, saying, "You said my name inspires fear." He's going to shake his finger correctively. No. That is not how we run things here. My name commands respect.
Forgive me for misspeaking, Tanaka-san.
He
You
nods.
understand the night. You understand the night we had, and it was difficult. I should not have mixed my words.
It is all right. Civilians watch a lot of movies. Movies, they exaggerate things.
Regardless, with that respect comes trust. And this shows the trust she has for you, thus showing her loyalty.
You are correct. And as I was going
reiterate.
to say, if her intelligence is not lacking, which I would hope it isn't, given why I hired her, and given that she is also a teacher herself, then perhaps there is something else afoot.
You took the words right out of my mouth, sir. I would say this speaks more to our mystery man and his command of power, that he would be able to manipulate her devotion and loyalty so as not to question.
I guess that brings me to my next question then. Why do you think this mystery man would want you dead?
Gonna look to the rest of the group, trying to give a subtle look of how much truth do we want to give to this? Like, do we want to deny and say we have no fucking clue, or do we want to say we may have pissed him off somehow, or...
He is going to, as you do that, you're going to see him smile, and he's going to lean over the table, placing a hand on it, and look you in the eye and then say, "I see. Then let me ask you my next question first. How do you all know Harlan-san?"
Oh. Samuel Harlan?
Yes.
Forgive me, we just strolled into town, we met, and based on the conversations that we had had, they seemed to become rather cordial. Truthfully, Arya knows him far better than I do, but he seems like a very genial person. I imagine you understand better than I do.
They are an eccentric sort, yes, but they do possess a certain unique knowledge. One that few average folk can appreciate. But something tells me you lot aren't average folk. I mean, look at you. You, the runaway debutante, the self-described local crazy.
The moment he calls her a runaway, like, is there some kind of role you want Barbie to make so that way she's not, like,
Let-
showing her surprise and shock, because, like,
Let me finish
That-
my delivery first.
go ahead.
The self-described local crazy, our dear councilman, a renowned author and his escort, and he looks over to Stella and kind of almost seems at a loss for words, and then gesture says, and her.
Oh, no.
Oh snap!
Oh, no.
I raised my fucking eyebrow.
How dismissive.
Wow.
She has cooties. Gross. Ew.
Oh,
So Barbie, what you were trying to do what exactly?
The fact that he called her the runaway debutante, which is something that she has been trying very hard to keep under wraps. So she is trying to keep as neutral a face as she can without, because on the inside she's now panicking.
All right. I don't know that you roll willpower in this game anymore, so I mean there's a dice symbol next to it, so
It's like
No.
composure or something.
You know-
Yeah, I would think
you know what, yeah, I'll say that's gonna be composure resolve.
composure resolve.
Yeah, the game has already friggin' shown that it's willing to combine attributes for rolls, so why
Okay.
not?
All right. This counts as a social pool, so I believe beautiful counts, correct?
Yes.
All right. Difficulty?
How scared are you right now?
This is something that Barbie wants to keep under wraps, and the fact that the mob knows who she is, she's quite scared.
Alright, actually, you know what? We'll make this a roll off.
Oh no. Okay.
So you
Alright.
roll composure resolve, and we'll see who gets more successes.
Okay. Oh, okay. I like those. I like that roll. That's a very good roll.
That is a good roll.
There's anything that Barbie is good
Good
at.
God!
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
He is then going to turn around and then say, "Is something wrong, Mr. Lyle?"
The sound of Barbie snapping her own neck to get out of this awkward situation.
He rolled 4 10s.
Jeepers.
Oh, that's bullshit. This happened twice. Where like
Jesus
I roll
Christ.
something really, really good, and then the DM or storyteller rolls like a nat fucking 20, or your dice explodes twice. That's bullshit.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, honestly, I expect the Mafia to know who she is, because it's like she's tried her best, but she's still Barbie. At the end of the day, is very much an amateur. So
It's okay if it makes you feel any better. Malachi's sitting there contemplating which escort he means. If he meant escort as in the prostitute, or escort as in like actually an escort of like retainer, which is exactly what Agatha is.
So, did he correctly call her by that, or did he insult her by calling her a whore?
Yeah, that's what he's trying to think. He's just like sitting here like,
Yep.
The meme of the calculations.
But yeah, this is where Barbie starts to falter, and the rest of the cell can see that she is trying her best to keep her composure, but the cracks are starting to form.
Oh no, Stella's not paying attention to Barbie. Stella's just full on like looking at this man and just like contemplating on what he meant by and her.
And her.
Are you okay? Did I say something to offend?
I'm still trying to figure that out.
Just please tell me Malachi says that.
Yes, he does in character.
His head is going to snap over towards Malachi, and he's going to just sort of like raise an eyebrow, tilt his head, and then suddenly he's going to just sort of like wince as he shakes his head. English. I meant your bodyguard.
Excellent.
Since we're getting clarification on everyone else, what do you mean by me? By just me?
In all honesty, ma'am, I can't get a read on you. I don't know what you're supposed to be, what you do.
Well, for one thing, I was able to like defend myself against her, so if that helps.
Mm. So, you are a fighter as well, then?
Born and raised. Well, not born into it, but and trained.
And she was able to hold her own against you, even, Yumi. She had a lot of help, but her skills were quite competent.
I
Was
Say what?
Uh-oh, did we lose them?
Hello?
Hello?
We heard I dis, and then you cut out.
I said I dislocated her wrist.
Normally, I would be insulted by such an assault, but given the circumstances, I'll say I'm impressed.
Well, okay.
But I fear we're getting distracted again. So you only just met Harlan-san not long ago when you first came here? No prior contact, no other organization affiliations?
He was at the cherry festival. He bought some brandy.
He's going to look to
Thanks.
Keller and then he's going to raise a hand. I should clarify. The non-locals.
Ah.
Although...
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Uh-oh.
What?
Wow, that's a very strong way for Strider
Oh.
to say, "Well, I can answer this question." What? All right, good. So since Arya is a local, he's not going to say anything at this moment either.
yes, always one free and public.
Correct. We only met them last night.
Hmm.
Who's that?
I see.
I promise I won't whisper anything.
So then,
It wasn't weird. It was just saying.
actually, now that I think about it, what of you, Keller? Was it?
Yes, sir.
So you've only known Harlan as another resident of the town, an occasional customer at the ceremony.
Keller nods. Yes, sir.
And yet, given the way that you carry yourself, that you speak, it seems that you can also appreciate the knowledge that he carries.
There's something hinky going on.
Hinky. Adorable. Arya, what of you? What's your relationship to Harlan?
Well, I don't have much relationship to Harlan outside of some couple times seeing him at different events within the town. No personal relationship really, but maybe acquaintance, if anything.
Interesting. So your association only began as soon as these outsiders came to town and joined up with your... What are you doing together exactly?
Oh, okay.
Research.
Getting attacked by brainwashed bodyguards.
Reese? He is going to turn to Malachi and he's going to grin as he says, Research! Ah, yes. The esteemed writer, Malachi Campbell, in town looking into local legends for inspiration, or perhaps following these cold cases.
Guilty pleasure of mine. But, yes. A little bit of a vacation, but research for my upcoming book.
The man takes a vacation to a murder site. Only in America.
The murder site was unexpected. I was actually here to visit a fan and a good friend. Unfortunately, trouble likes to follow me. As my sibling always says, I am a black cat.
Is that right?
So not us, not us, not us.
See, that's the thing about cats, though. In my experience,
That's how it works.
they act like trouble follows them. Like they are innocent, even as you catch them knocking the jar off the counter. Cats do not bring trouble. They seek it. And they like to act like they don't. Is that how you act, Mr. Campbell?
He looks at Agatha and then back at him and goes, I would be lying if I said no, but
How
I don't
like a
cause
cat.
trouble, but I'm not disappointed.
Indeed, and given the nature of your books, that leads me to believe you are looking into something supernatural.
Always.
Now then, I will ask again. Having laid the groundwork of who you are, what you might be doing here, and what brings you all together, I will ask, why are you here?
You asked us, you put us in a car and brought us here?
Don't get smart with me, crazy.
There's a slight slow turn to Keller, like, the fuck?
I didn't even hear Keller.
Not often smart, sir, sorry.
Keller said, you asked us to come here, you brought us in the car, and brought us here.
Oh my god, Keller. Malachi's just gonna smirk at him like, I'm so proud of you. Gotta get it, man.
Arya is going to look towards the people in the group who are not Keller.
Fine
We're
then.
not Keller.
Fine then. I will let you keep your own business. And I will ask the prior question then. The one that really affects my bottom line. My business. My organization. Why do you think this stranger wants to kill you to where he's willing to step over my head and mess with both my own bodyguard and the Delucci's just to see you lot dead?
Malachi's gonna raise his hand as if to speak.
Arya will just nod. He was about to say something, but he'll relent for the moment.
Yes, Mr. Campbell.
To be fair, I myself am quite nosy, and in doing so, I tend to get on a lot of people's bad sides, and not to mention this newcomer. I got under his skin by arguing with him in the middle of a meeting. And so, in that, he must be hiding something if he wants to kill us. All in all, I just think I'm an annoyance, but you don't always off people that are annoying.
We are going to the Overlook.
Yes,
It
that
almost
does.
makes me.
Yes, that does seem like a bit of an overreaction, doesn't it?
Just open this up.
It almost makes you wonder what it is he has to hide that he would manipulate the Yakuza and the police to eliminate us. If I didn't know better, I'd say he's more of a threat to this entire town than most of us are led to believe.
Well, that's just great, isn't it? We've got a brutal mass murderer running around slaughtering families, disappearing children. And now we got this stranger walking in and adding, well, trying to add to the death toll.
I should
Well,
also mention.
Sorry, go ahead.
I believe it's important to mention that he has cast suspicion upon the Delucci's.
The Delucci's are annoying, but I doubt they are responsible for what's been occurring in the town.
I agree, but I feel that this individual is using the chaos and disarray that's occurring in this town between the townsfolk, between yourselves, between the Delucci's, between the police, the overall mistrust going around everywhere, to be able to try and make moves that would otherwise be more difficult.
I apologize, Tanaka-san, but I would like to ask for clarification. You said he was adding to the death toll?
Yes, we've already had at least 2, 4, 6, 8 deaths and 4 disappearances.
That explains the
Probably
missing
more.
laptop.
I don't keep track
That's
of
also
the
related to the
children. And then this guy sought to add you to those among the grave.
Oh, I I understand. There was a moment where I wondered if you thought he was responsible.
No, unlikely. Unless he's been in town longer than we anticipated, and... No. We would have noticed.
It will be ours. Ours.
If I may add something, and you can, like, disregard me on this, but when someone in a very large group is joined in for the very first time, and they are, you know, trying to get something done, and someone else is getting on their trail, wouldn't you want to get rid of them too? If you didn't want to be found out by any means necessary?
You are suggesting that this stranger has something to hide, that he's willing to go to lethal lengths to keep buried.
I'm just saying.
And you are suggesting that you and your group know this something, or he thinks you do.
I'm just saying that we are getting close to something, and it doesn't take an idiot to know that we're getting close because your bodyguard was sent to take us out.
But it does take an idiot to think you can send my bodyguard and the DeLucci's to do a job like this and not have it result in more trouble.
Maybe that's what they want.
You're almost certainly correct, but I also suspect he underestimated you.
Correct.
But I also suspect that he underestimated you.
I can raise
He did not expect you to survive the encounter. He thought a man with a gun and a woman with a knife and the skill to use it would be enough to take you and your lot down. Evidently, he was wrong. And with that miscalculation, he has left himself gravely exposed.
So if I may ask, what then are the next steps?
A great many. But I'd be more worried about how the DeLucci's are going to react to you incinerating Officer Marino like that.
We would be more than happy to explain our side of the story because I believe he would be just as confused as to why his bodyguard was sent to kill us, especially if he was not the one who sent him. We would be more than happy to clear this confusion up.
Clear this confusion up? You killed a member of the DeLucci family! You think a mere explanation is going to set this straight with them?
Mere explanation, no. But as you said, we are anything but ordinary.
Well, I am now curious. How would you smooth this over with him,
Barbie is going to pull aside a strand of her hair, now having recovered.
Mm-hmm.
And she's now exposing the shiner that she has and looks towards Tanaka and says, "We have a way of being Well, I don't want to say we have a way of being persuasive, but we do have a way of explaining odd events in a way to help others understand. And if my last interaction with Mr. DeLucci is any indication, I pray that, well, at the very least, I can pray that he is willing to at least listen to reason.
Dear girl,
Yeah, stop.
whatever your last interaction with Mr. DeLucci was before you set his right hand on fire and watched it burn to death. You robbed him of an asset, and he is going to want compensation for that. Granted, there will be confusion. He definitely will be embarrassed that Marino acted so brashly and seemingly on his own, that one of his own was so callously manipulated.
Not to mention terribly misogynistic, but that's neither here nor there.
That's
I
the
imagine
DeLucci's.
we will need to make some sort of negotiation, and we are more than willing to discuss those negotiations.
And what do you think you can offer him that will be recompense for the blood you spilled, for what you took from him and his family?
I suppose that will be between ourselves and Mr. DeLucci.
Yes, well, just pray he never finds out that his death was not necessary.
You're acting very coy for somebody who will stand to benefit in an extreme manner if the DeLuccis become weaker.
You catch on quick, Arya-san.
There's a lot in this for you as well.
Indeed. And
I wonder
would,
if you are offering any suggestions then.
And I wonder if you can offer me anything to provide these suggestions or my support.
Open. It is us. It is us.
Barbie is going to look towards Malachi.
Yes.
Tanaka-san, you did say that your association with Harlan is due to his knowledge of unusual things, yes?
Correct.
Fair.
If you know us half as well as you've proven that you've done, then you should realize how much of an asset you currently have right now.
And
Why
just
have simply one occultist expert when you can have two?
Are you offering me Malachi Campbell, then, as an asset?
Barbie is gonna look to Malachi.
Malachi, who's reading both their lips, like looks at her, looks back at him, and says, "I'd be a very beautiful asset, but I am very cat-like."
Let me reiterate something. my organization, my employees, everything I've built is built on respect. And I am more than willing to extend that respect to you, but I must require that you respect me in kind.
I will.
Will you?
He looks him dead in the eye and says, I give my word.
The word of a liar means nothing.
Who says I'm a liar? What lies have I told you?
It's not what you have told me, it's what you haven't.
Earn my trust and I shall tell you what I haven't.
I don't think you are in any position to be bargaining for trust.
I might surprise you.
God, you are cat-like, you frustrating little bastard.
But he is incredibly useful. A very valuable asset. One I believe even you would not want to squander.
You may be right, Ms. Delisle. But I'm going to give you all one final chance to tell me why it is you would make such a valuable asset to my organization before I tell you why. I will give you one last chance to tell me why it is you are all really here.
Malachi is going to throw himself under the bus for the sake of the group, and he's going to look at the group and then look back at him and say, I'll tell you why I'm here, but not in front of them.
Roll me manipulation plus persuasion, difficulty 4.
Charisma instead of manipulation.
You are trying to manipulate the situation, sir.
Oh, yeah, that's actually probably it.
May I make an argument?
I'm listening.
Can we do some kind of collective teamwork? Because we have been respecting his rules and customs. We have been doing much better, and we hope that in doing so, we've earned some kind of endearment to allow him a +1 bonus to his dice pool?
Fine.
I'll buy you something pretty next week.
Oh,
Deal.
yay! +1 bonus.
Bribery.
And also remember, the desperation pool is a thing. If you
We'll
want some
see
extra
how bad
dice.
I fail first. We'll
Cool.
see how bad I fail first.
Cool. Also, right now, I'm going to say that desperation now sits down at 3. 2.
What's the
What'd you
difficulty?
I didn't roll anything yet. I'm scared.
Difficulty is 4.
1.
2 successes so far.
You can spend 1 willpower to re-roll 3 of those.
I would like to spend a willpower and reroll 3 of them.
Go for it.
Come on, we need 2 more.
Because I only need what?
2 more successes.
What?
Or 1
Oh,
10.
10 doesn't do it.
You had a 1 in there.
No,
They don't detract. That's D6s.
that is D6s.
Okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No, that's- I'm
I
saying-
got really.
I'm saying that as
I
a
got really
reassurance of like,
discouraged.
oh, okay, no, that's fine. That doesn't count. You didn't, but
I
you did
blame
screw
the
up.
heat.
All right.
Right.
So let's see. So that's 1, 2 becomes. So that's 1, 2. So that becomes 2 successes. Oh, wait, okay,
so it explodes, becomes 4. With the other one, that becomes 5. 5 successes total.
That's
2 10s
right.
and a 7.
Sorry, yeah, no, the math was kind of crisscrossing in my head a bit.
That's okay.
All right, so he is going to sort of like grin, and as he chuckles, he will start to speak, but then hesitate, and then exhale. Fine. I respect your dedication to your own organization and your willingness to be honest. We will talk. Mayumi, keep an eye on them. If anything happens, you know what to do. Yes, sir. Campbell, with me.
He follows.
Agatha is going to start to follow you as well.
He holds up a hand as like a signal of like, just me.
Be careful, sir.
I always am. Inside, he's like, son of a bitch.
And with
Like the
that,
cat that gets their head stuck in like a jar.
yep. And with that, he will lead you around a corner to a staircase leading down into a well-lit basement.
I get a tour of a house, guys. You get to stay in this musty old room.
I'm staring
a
down
pretty
my bodyguard.
You can't just keep staring at her tits.
I'm
You
not
getting a
staring
tour
at her.
of a dungeon and you gon' die.
Yeah, but I died for the cause.
You died doing the one thing you did.
I died doing the one thing I do best, talking. I'm going to throw myself under the bus to save the group.
Sure.
So what's with this Miss Delisle business?
Who said that?
He rightly called her by her real name instead of Jeffries.
Oh,
That's why Barbie was panicking.
but who was talking just now? Was it Agatha?
No,
Oh,
that
no.
that was Mayumi. All right, fine, or don't speak.
All due respect, that is a private affair.
Whatever. And if nobody else has anything they immediately want to say or do, then I will jump over to the basement.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything to say to her.
Shit, he gets the cool dungeon.
Damn, there's a pool table down there.
There's a bar.
Damn it.
Well, you offered me up to be an asset, so
Hey, I want to go be kinky too. Hey.
we're all hunters. Oh, I should probably put my my little token out there.
I was just about to, but yeah, go ahead. So he will bring you down, and as you do, you see not the torture chamber or isolated white room that you might have feared in the back of your mind, but rather a well-lit, very cozy, immaculately kept and frankly, rather fragrant basement area with a pool table, a dining area, and even a bar, which Tanaka makes his way over towards and starts pouring himself a drink.
I must say, this is not the place I thought you were taking me.
You watch too many movies. Play too many video games.
Well, no. I've had too many experiences.
Oh, right. Author. Read too many books.
Once again, no. And he sits down.
As you sit down, he's going to just chuckle, and then he's going to look to you and say, "Perhaps you ought to start writing more comedies. It might sharpen your sense of humor."
The tale I'm going to tell you might help out why I'm not always so quick to catch. Apologies.
Yes, yes.
I don't always catch humor when I'm nervous.
Forgive me. I'm distracting from the matter at hand, aren't I? You had something you wanted to tell me.
Yes. And the group doesn't know. In fact, the only one who does know is my bodyguard.
Don't they?
There's another reason why I'm here. And you may not believe me, but that's okay. As one would know from what I write, I am very into the occult.
Yes. I've been following your work, believe it or not. Quite inspirational. But please do go on.
What I write are not lies. There is an entirely different world out there. And it is my profession to find them. Granted, a lot of people in my profession would like to hunt them to kill them, but I don't truly believe that every creature I run into is a monster.
He's gonna quirk an eyebrow at that. That is quite open-minded of you, Mr. Campbell.
I've ran into a few werewolves that aren't all about mauling. And not as many creatures are. It's like a wild animal. They're more scared of us than we are of them. But there are a lot of them out there that we are their dinner. Unfortunately, like you would with a person, it's who can you trust to help you and who can you trust to kill you. There's something going on here. And I believe it's a lot more than just some sicko running around.
Mr. Campbell, if I may, when you go poking your nose into the affairs of beings who would rather see themselves unseen, then you are never going to find one that you can trust, for that is not a branch they want to extend to those like us. And that is a surefire way to guarantee your demise.
Of course not. The friends that I have made of the supernatural, it's never been just me bringing over a platter. It's always been lives on the line. And me showing that I'm not going to put a bullet through them, but help protect them.
And what supernatural friends have you made?
I'm trying to look at our notes because we actually talked about it, and I can only remember one out of the two.
I will be honest, I don't remember off the top of my head right now either.
I know he made a werewolf friend because that's where he learned about a few different types of werewolves. And he knows of vampires, but he doesn't really know vampires. So I'm just gonna say both of
Yeah.
them were like at least of the werewolf variety. So
And yet I find it curious that I've never seen you write about werewolves.
not yet. That's also in the works. I
don't
actually
think,
have a couple.
I don't think they would appreciate that.
No, see, that's the thing is writing about the supernatural is a very delicate situation. And a lot of people see my books as fantasy, and that's how I want them to see it. But you also know as you read, when put into a situation, you always be like, oh, I remembered reading about this, or I remembered watching it on TV. So surely it must help. So disguise a guide as pure fantasy.
In my experience, Mr. Campbell... Actually, may I ask you a question?
You're being vastly open-minded, so sure.
In my experience with your work, Mr. Campbell, I find that the way you write, you fill your books with around 50% fantasy, whimsy, and made-up jargon, stuff to bolster the narrative and justify the magic systems and further the characters, and the other 50% is demonstrably true. Is this intentional on your part? A way to cover your tracks? Challenge
Absolutely.
only those who know the truth to suss out the fiction?
Absolutely. Do you honestly think that I'd be putting every single thing I know out for everybody to read? That's a huge target on my back. I'm
He's-
not a fighter.
He's gonna grin at that. Mr. Campbell, thank you for finally telling me the truth.
I have a question for you.
Oh?
You're a little open-minded. Almost too open-minded. So, bold of me to ask, but who are you or what are you?
Seeing as you are the only one that has come forth and been completely honest with me, Mr. Campbell, I can answer your question with another question. Given your many journeys, your vast experience and travel and encounters and friendships even, have you ever heard of the Arcanum?
Oh.
Intelligence
I think it has been
occult.
brought up, hasn't it? Okay, I was gonna say I think it has been brought up, but like I don't remember. So yeah, intelligence occult.
This is going to be difficulty 2. How long have you been hunting?
He's got it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Alright, yeah. Yes, you know about the Arcanum. And I will, give an explanation for them momentarily. Just give me a second. No, not that. There we go. The Arcanum is a secret society of scholars that pursue knowledge of the supernatural. A number of Arcanum act as hunters.
Private message, you have a question.
Uh-oh.
I can hear you. Sorry.
Hello?
In the background.
Hello? Alright, can I be heard? Can I be heard? Hello?
Hello?
Hey, Beckett, before you continue on, let me finish this sentence really quickly.
No worries. Alright, so am I coming in clearer now?
Yeah, and I just sent you a real quick message. You can answer yes or no verbally.
He does not.
Okay, cool. Wanted to know.
Anyway, so yeah, so you know that the Arcanum is a secret society of scholars that pursue knowledge of the supernatural. A number of Arcanum agents act as hunters, though they may usually hunt in the pursuit of esoteric lore rather than actively hunting supernatural creatures. Many Arcanum scholars are sorcerers, and a handful possess true faith. A member of the Arcanum is referred to as an Arcanist.
I don't know a lot, but I know a little bit about you guys. And he's going to say that to him. I've never actually met anybody like that before, though.
You would also know that, at least according to Conlon McAllister, the head of your cell, the Arcanum is complicated as an organization. They don't it's generally advised for cell members to not associate themselves too closely with the Arcanum for mostly ideological reasons and also some political reasons. Namely, though, the Arcanum being a scholastic society, they, at least according to Conlon, have a tendency to be more interested in observing rather than actually acting and defending. And they can also be judgmental and very protective of the lore that they seek out, sometimes just as zealously as those that prey on the world and humanity and try to jealously and lethally guard the existence of the truth of their existence.
I must say, please forgive myself for being guarded, but it's more we don't know who to trust here, and we've had at least 2 supernaturals that we've seen, and we don't know what is good and what is bad. So of course we're going to lie. We almost got murdered.
Let me be clear, Mr. Campbell. I don't hold it against you that you have been so tight-lipped, as you might say. It's the safest thing to do when dealing with matters of the supernatural. They are far more protective of themselves than we could ever be. To even whisper one of their words puts you and everyone you know at risk in the wrong place. That said, after what you have told me, I have reason to believe that you have gotten one of these creatures involved in my town against my organization, seeking to take you out because it knows you and your company are here.
Look at us, we're dangerous, of course. I mean, I'm not. But they are. I'm just smart, and I don't shut up.
Are you willing to speak on behalf of your friends up there?
Like, if you can trust them? Of course.
Are the rest of them part of your cell?
Yes.
And you are all here for the purposes of seeking out a whisper of supernatural activity, I presume.
Yes.
And given the recent activity around town and the time you showed up, I'm guessing you came here initially to look into the matter of the murders and disappearances to see if there was any supernatural influence involved.
Originally, it was just disappearances, but as we arrived, it was murders, so yes.
It was murders before you arrived, but I digress. And have you found any evidence of supernatural tamperings?
Have we found some evidence, but not like of tamperings, I don't think.
I think, like, we've found leads. I'm not sure if definitive proof.
If there was
I
definitive proof, then there'd be a whole lot less supernatural going on.
Yeah.
And he's gonna like think about how to put this, so he's not looking at him. So if he speaks, he wouldn't be able to tell at the moment. He's just like thinking, and then he's like, we have found evidence of weird ongoings that I like to confidently say that the Fae are involved. But now a vampire has come into town, and I don't like that.
He's going to quirk an eyebrow. The Fae?
Yes. A red cap.
A red cap, you say?
Yes. Would you like my proof?
He is going to reach into his pocket and send a message on his phone. Before we continue this discussion, let's wait for your friends to join us.
Excellent. I'm sure some of them can use a drink.
Back up in the back up in the living room, Mayumi will receive a text message. And as she looks at it, she will heave a sigh and smile as she looks to you and says, Boss wants to see you downstairs. Get going. As soon as you do, I'm out of here.
Oh, thank Christ. And Stella's just gonna go downstairs.
I just want to say, this entire time, Barbie has wanted nothing more than to just cuddle up against Duchess, but they need to keep up appearances, so she's been kind of struggling. So, knowing that she's finally going up, she'll bow to, Mayumi and head downstairs.
Arya will similarly bow to Mayumi and then head downstairs behind Barbie.
All right.
Keller runs out the door screaming. What?
Maybe you can close it now.
Oh yeah, Keller was sitting next to Barbie. If he saw her discomfort and like looking at, because Keller was almost definitely petting the dog most of the time because he's in a strange scenario and dog is comfort. And if he saw Barbie with discomfort, he'd probably just like, do you want to pet the dog?
Okay, yeah, she wants to try and make sure that like Duchess like it is quote unquote obvious that Duchess is Keller's dog, not Barbie. So she is trying not to just like bury herself in Duchess, but she will give her pets.
Minutia aside, I'm assuming that you guys all make your way downstairs.
Yarp.
Yes. Yep.
Excellent. You all make your way down, and similarly to Malachi, you will all be greeted not with the Yakuza torture chamber, but rather a well-kept, inviting, and swanky basement that you could see yourself having a party down here, or at the very least a nice social outing.
Like, yeah, there was no indication that Malachi was going to get tortured. So,
Either way.
oh, are we there?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, right. Sorry about that.
Yay!
As you make your way down, you'll find Malachi sitting across from Tanaka, who appears to be much more at ease now. Welcome, fellow seekers of the hidden truths. Malachi has been so kind as to clarify your situation to me, so you can feel free to speak plainly now, should you find it easier.
Thank you, Tanaka-san. It's good to know we have allies here.
Allies remains to be seen, but colleagues at the very least. Of sorts.
Come now, Tanaka.
Hmm?
I like to think that we're allies now. I didn't say friends, but we are all on the same side.
I would like to think so, but at the same time, there's still the matter of dealing with, my business partner.
Right.
So, let's talk about that. And that is where we're going to take our break.
Oh god. This has been a goddamn roller coaster.
Hot damn.
Oh my gosh.
I took one for the team, you guys, and it worked in our favor.
So, what do we think of the game so far?
I kind of like his style. This is a pretty nice place.
No, yeah, this is beautiful.
This guy
I mean,
has it
I'd be
together.
tortured down here any day.
24/7.
Yeah, I mean, say what you will about the Yakuza, they certainly know how to live in style.
Yeah, they
In
do.
Wisconsin. Okay.
In Wisconsin,
All
yup.
right. What's happening here?
I mean, there's Yakuza in America. Their branches aren't exactly huge, but they're there.
True.
Very true.
Though
Oh,
him being
God.
in a small town is a rather interesting location for them, so that might be something to inquire about later.
Oh yeah, no. Barbie has questions, but also Barbie's stress level has been very high this entire time, and just as she got it under control, he uses her real name. So,
Yeah, that's another thing you could probably ask about.
Shall we do back in 13, top of the hour?
Sounds like a plan.
good with
Beckett, I
that.
do have a question when we're off air.
Sure thing. So yeah, we'll be back in 13. We'll see you guys at the top of the hour. Don't go anywhere. More Hunter coming up.
Thank you, 13.
feel like I angry type because now that like I type